Okay, hi everyone. I had some technical difficulties, so I apologize. And it's also kind of cloudy. The clouds are moving over the moon right now, so it may be difficult to see. But I still wanted to talk to you about some facts about the harvest moon. So the harvest moon is today on October 1st, and it's just called the harvest moon because it's the first full moon around the fall equinox. It is a little bit special though, just because the harvest moon, due to the path that the moon takes annually, it is right now right in the middle of the equator. So we will see this full moon more often during sunset than any other full moon during the year. So it may appear that there's a full moon for a few days in a row just because of how close it is to the Earth and the equinox right now. So a lot of people think that the harvest moon will turn like an orange color or something because of the name. A lot of moons, like the blue moon, people think that it will turn blue, but it really just coordinates with the month. But the harvest moon and any full moon will appear orange whenever it's really close to the horizon, especially during sunset. Because when you look at the horizon compared to up higher in the sky, the atmosphere is actually a lot thicker closer to the horizon. So anytime you're looking at the horizon, whether it's the sun or the full moon, the atmosphere is going to make it appear the color orange. And like I said, the moon's right behind a cloud right now, but it is really cool whenever it comes out. So there's a space above, so hopefully it comes out for us, because we do get to see all the craters and seas in the ocean whenever it's clear out. So some facts about the moon itself. The moon is 240,000 miles away from the Earth, which is crazy. And to gauge just how big the moon is, it would be like if you sat a pea next to a nickel. So a nickel would be the size of the Earth, and the pea would be the size of the moon. And I'm hoping that the moon will come out a little bit for you guys. It's right behind a really dark cloud right now, because I would love to talk about the craters and the seas of the moon. There we go. It's a little bit hard to do this on Facebook Live because it's telling me who's watching and it's blocking where the moon is for me to focus. Okay, but as you can see, and you can see it with the naked eye as well, but you can see it a lot better on the telescope. there are those gray areas on the moon. And those gray areas are called Marias. And Marias is Latin for sea. So a lot of early astronomers thought that those gray spots would act like the oceans on planet Earth that we have here. But they soon realized that there is no water on the moon, but they still stuck with the name Maria or Mayray, singular, and named each sea of the moon. So also, whenever you're looking through a telescope, your image is upside down. So this may look a little bit different than it would in the sky because it is upside down. Let me see if I can get it for you guys again. See, it's square on the telescope. Obviously, I'm having a lot of difficulties. It's square on the telescope, but it's not square on the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna focus this up for you guys again. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So as you can see, all of those gray areas on the moon are the Marias, or the seas of the ocean. And how those seas formed, actually the exact opposite of water, is that they used to be lava. So whenever the moon first formed billions of years ago, lava would fill up those areas, and they were so deep that they made that gray surface. But the craters on the moon actually came first. So once again, about 3 billion years ago, a bunch of craters, and this was happening that long ago, is a bunch of asteroids and everything were bouncing into every planet and every moon in our galaxy. But because the moon is not like Earth and doesn't have wind and an atmosphere like ours, you can still see the craters on the moon. So all of these asteroids hit the surface of the moon and left those craters. And then the lava came afterwards. So actually, if you look at the Marias, you can see where the lava actually filled in some of the craters, because it just got to a certain point in the crater. So sometimes you can see where like half a crater is filled with a Maria, and then the other half of the crater is still left open. And then all these Marias do have names. Like I said, my picture is upside down because I'm looking through a telescope. But so if you look at the bottom of this one, which would be the normal top of the moon, there's kind of like a curved crater at the bottom, and that one is, let's see if I can pronounce this right, is the Mare Frigoris. So that is the sea at the top of the moon, but it looks the bottom here because the telescope flips the picture. There's a Mare Tranquilitas and a Mare Imbrium right below Mare Frigoris. So I thought that was pretty cool because the Marias are named the Marias because they resemble seas, but they're actually made of lava. Now a cloud is moving in. Actually, a gigantic cloud. So this might be our last view of the moon before it disappears, unfortunately. And just one last fun fact is that Earth's moon is actually the 5th largest moon in the solar system, and there are over 190 orbiting moons in our solar system. So our moon is the 5th largest out of over 190, which is pretty cool. Okay, unfortunately, I think the moon is gone